We are closing out the BlackBerry World Tour in New York. We are at the New York Stock Exchange. Our fearless leader, David Castignola, fresh off the dais. You got to ring the bell.
Got to ring the bell.
That's pretty cool.
Ring the bell.
And
ring the bell.
Like any good executive, found a little time for work, but thought it was a great idea to fly coast to coast and see about catching a football game on Monday night.
Okay, so I flew out Monday. This hardly ever happens. I had no dinner commitments, no meetings. In fact, I was the only one here. I flew out early. Monday Night Football, ladies and gentlemen, here in New York City. It was the New York Jets versus the New England Patriots. So went over and checked it out. Yeah, got a little inspiration.
How was that game?
Go Pats. 33-zip. Okay, so.
Now, we were talking, and I think you were just trying to tell me something. I was like, wait a minute, we got to share this. This is something that the team could appreciate.
Yeah.
You had pretty good seats, you were close to the bench, and you got to actually watch, whatever you think of the Patriots, which you can't deny, 6 Super Bowls.
Yeah, right. So, for all the international colleagues, I like to talk about American football. I'm the son of an American football coach. So, whenever I go to a game, I always watch the sideline. My dad taught me this. He said, son, watch the operation on the sideline, and you can tell who's going to win the game. And what he's referring to is who's more organized, who's prepared, who's coaching during the game, how engaged are the team. And so I was watching our New England Patriots, 6-time world champion, and it was fascinating. During the game, the entire team would sit on the bench, except for the 5 or 6 players who were rotating in and out at that point in time. Now, they were sitting on the bench, I believe, probably to conserve energy. Knowing the New England Patriots and how details matter, I'm guessing, folks, that my belief is they probably determined that saves energy, wear and tear, standing up. You know, at these conferences, you stand all day and you just get tired. So they're sitting down, but what was fascinating is Bill Belichick, the coach for the Patriots, he's always by himself and he's writing things down on a little pad. Then he goes over to the sideline where the players are on the bench and he's coaching them up. Real time. They don't wait for what we have in the middle of the game. It's called halftime. That's usually when you do your adjustments. They do adjustments all the time during the game. It's just fascinating to watch championship level teams like this, just in person, to see the dynamics that you can't see when you watch on TV. It's inspiring to me.
And I thought it was interesting, when you told me this, I thought you were talking about the Jets. So when you said sitting down, in my head I thought, oh, they were checked out. It was like, no, it's the team that's crushing is the one who is taking optimal advantage of every minute they can to rest and flex their brains instead.
So, with apologies to all my friends here in New York City, okay.
For both teams.
What's it like going into a New York Jets game in New York City? It was like a Sopranos episode and a monster truck jam at a heavy metal concert. It was crazy.
Written by Dante?
Written by Dante. So there were fights, disturbances, all sorts of things going on up in the stands around me. People yelling and screaming, and at certain points it was actually more entertaining than the game. But, you know, it was funny. I looked down at the Jets sideline. You know what they were doing? Looking up in the stands, watching what was going on. So it's funny. Patriots are winning clearly this game, and yet in the fourth quarter, with not much time left to play, they're marching down the field. They're trying to score more points. They get down to the 1-yard line, and it ended up being the last points of the game that they scored. They're clearly ahead. There's only a few minutes left in the game, and the quarterback, Tom Brady, gets up to the line of scrimmage, doesn't like what he sees, he calls a timeout. Okay? Runs over to the bench and, you know, is talking with the coach, and they got a microphone in their helmet now, so he's coming back in, the TV timeout's coming back, and, you know, Brady still doesn't like the play, and he's yelling, you can see him out in the field into the microphone to his coach. I can see the coach, and they're yelling back and forth at one another. Finally, they looked at each other, Brady nodded, the coach nodded, he turns around, goes into the huddle, they call a play, they score a touchdown, and it's the New England Patriots. It's just that details matter. It's preparation matters. Staying focused matters. And that's why, you know, they say hope is not a strategy, and that's why the Patriots win. Love them or hate them, they win for a reason.
Our men willing to go into the 7th level of hell in New Jersey just to pick up these types of coaching tips. The way I hear this is you're about to close out that deal. It's us versus CrowdStrike. You're pretty sure that you've almost got it. If you need to call him, he's going to answer that call so you can be Tom Brady and score the points.
Amen. All day long. Go Silence.
Boom.